Welcome to LCD Boxing, home of the U.S. demographic. Welcome to another one, and tonight's video is going to be about Bud Crawford versus Kalvinaskis. And some things that we all noticed in the fight. And first I'm going to talk about, Crawford. We all know who you want to fight, and we all know why he can't fight him. This ain't no confusion. This is not a case of this guy ducking that guy. This is a case of a promoter preventing him from doing what he wanted to do. Because on more than one occasion, he has said, y'all know who I want to fight, but I can't fight who I want to fight. I got to fight who they pick. And he said it again post-fight after he stopped Kalvinaskis. He said it again. Y'all know who I want to fight, man, but I got to fight who they put in front of me. Who they say. And we know they is Bob Arum, Top Rank. So, ain't no confusion there, man. And I think he has said himself that, Spence ain't ducking him. But the dude really want to fight those guys. You can see it, you can hear it in his voice. He want to be undisputed at 147. And I want to see him do that. You know what I'm saying? I want to see him fight those guys. His own promotion team, knocked him for Lomachenko for being, pound for pound #1 fighter and fight of the year that he, got undisputed. So he ain't getting no love from his promoter, man. That's kind of messed up. And we see that. It ain't like we don't see that. We see it, man, and it's just not right. That's Bob Yamamoto. Bob is just he known for not promoting a black fighter over promoting the non-black fighter, i.e. Oscar De La Hoya, Floyd Mayweather, back when Floyd was Pretty Boy Floyd. He was on Top Rank and separated himself for that so he can get that big fight and get that big money. They're not really putting no effort into promoting Bud's fights, man, because his pay-per-views ain't doing well, and it ain't because people don't want to see him. It's like they barely even promote the dude, and he fight on the ESPN app. Everybody don't have that shit, man. What happened to fighting on TV? You know what I'm saying? Where everybody can see him. They just not doing a real good job over there at ESPN at all. And it's getting on my nerves. It's getting on everybody in boxing's nerves anyway. They always keep saying, and Bob keeps saying dumb shit, keep dropping hints. Yeah, I'm gonna have him on I'm gonna have his contract I'm probably gonna die before his contract with Top Rank is over with. That kind of shit. Not verbatim, but I'm paraphrasing. We know what he mean, man. Anyway, getting back to this fight. So I'm excited to watch the fight. The fight come on, and Crawford is, kind of laying back, taking his time. And Kalvinaskis is relaxed, patient, not coming toward Crawford at all. So that was a shock. Okay, this guy got a game plan, and he kind of stuck to it. And in the early rounds, he was catching Bud clean on the way in. And sometimes and Bud would fight back, but he was getting caught like a lot. I'm like, well, why don't he just box this dude? You know what I'm saying? Just you use the footwork, use the feints, stick that jab on him, man. Put that jab on him and moving him around a little bit. But he didn't do that. He went after this dude, and he was getting caught because he was coming in without throwing the jab. But he was throwing combinations, hard ones too. But he was getting caught. And then, what was it, round 3? Maybe 4. 3 or 4, I can't remember. He got dropped, man. He got dropped with the 1-2. And, Crawford usually don't get hit with the 1-2 too often. But when he did that, both times old boy caught him, I seen him buzz Crawford. I ain't seen Bud buzz since the Gamboa fight. Really, really buzzed. And he dropped him. Now, it was rude as a slip. So, I went back and watched the replay over and over again, and man, he went down because that punch hurt him. That's what that was. But to his credit, he got up, brushed that shit off, and was in attack mode. It's almost like that woke him up, you know, because then he started putting a lot of pressure on Kalvinaskis, but Kalvinaskis was still being patient, still catching him coming in till about the 7th round. Bud turned it up, and you could see him going for it, bro. He was throwing shots that was hurting this guy. I mean, hurting him. And he ended up stopping him in round 9, I believe it was. But up until that was kind of a rocky fight for Bud. You know what I'm saying? When you pound for pound, you know, those guys that are in your class, you should be waxing. I'm talking about they should be bodied in the first half of the fight. You know, 4 rounds or less. You know, that's what pound for pound mean to me. But the way Bud fight, a lot of people don't fight like him, but the way he fight, you know what I'm saying, pound for pound, you need to be bodying those dudes. It took him the whole fight to body Benavidez' brother. I can't think his name. Is it David or Jose? I can't remember. Anyway, I think it's Jose. You know, but he bodied him nonetheless. But I would have liked to see him do that a lot earlier, because that dude was not in his league. Neither one of these guys was in his league. But, you know, he moved up in weight to 147. He started at 135. So, you know, maybe that got a lot to do with it. You know, I don't deny he have the skills. He has the skills, but, you know, he fighting these bigger guys. And I noticed that his body filled out pretty good. He looked like a welterweight now. But I don't see him standing in front of Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, not even Keith Thurman or Errol Spence. I don't see him standing and trading like that in front of those guys. I just don't. I think with his skill level and everything, he like his footwork, uppercut, he can hit you with every punch that they have in the book. You know, he punch off of angles, straight in, coming out, setting you up. He could do it all, man. But it seemed like he made this fight a lot harder for him, because once you stun Bud, he got that dog and he gonna get that. I want that get back. You know what I'm saying? So he coming for you. And with those guys, you know, I hate to say it, but they didn't fought better competition. I don't care what you say. At 147, all of the guys on PBC that fought tougher competition and better than competition than Bud. So, you know, that's not my opinion. I just believe that was a fact. That's facts, man. You can argue that all you want, but he only fought Jeff Horn, Jose Benavidez, and this dude Kalvinaskis at 147. So, and I think Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, Errol Spence Jr., Danny Garcia is better than all of those guys. So and if you disagree with me, please drop a comment and tell me why you disagree with me, and we can talk about it. But from where I sit and what I see, man, I just don't see it that way at all. I think those guys, you know, have fought way better competition than he has at 147. Bob Arum didn't even want to let him fight Pacquiao because he said, I already know how that fight gonna turn out, and I don't want to see Pacquiao hurt. Well, he beat Keith Thurman, so if Bud can't get a Pacquiao fight, maybe he can. Pacquiao on PBC, shit, I forgot about that. So all those guys, all those big name guys are on PBC. You need to do whatever it is you got to do to fight those guys short of selling your soul and shooting yourself in the foot with the money. You know, go get these fights. But we know why you can't get those fights, man. Let's not pretend. Bud can't get those fights because Bob Arum won't let him fight these guys for whatever reason. And maybe it's the history with Al Heyman back in the day, because he sure was sitting on PBC for the longest time. Everybody was. But Bob was very, very vocal about it. But I just don't see him fighting those guys like that. Going after them, standing, trading with them. Because all those dudes that I just named can punch. I don't see him stand. He ain't gonna be able to fight Pacquiao like that. You know, I don't believe he gonna have to set him up, and I do believe he'll knock Pacquiao out though. I believe that, and I believe he'll beat Keith Thurman too. I believe that. You know, I'm not so sure about Errol Spence Jr. and Sean Porter. That's some shit I want to see. I'm not so sure about Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia, however, is susceptible to right hands, though. He get punched in the face with right hands a lot. But I just don't see him standing and trading because Danny Garcia got that. He got like his timing is perfect. He always hit motherfuckers in the middle of their combinations. You know, if you throw a combination on him, he will, you know, be in that Philly shell and come out of there in the middle of your punch, drop a hook on you and stun your ass. So I just don't believe he'll do that. But however, saying that, who the fuck was he gonna fight at 160? You know, he definitely not the top guys because all of those top guys got power. And I'm talking about, and they got great chins, bro. Like you stand there, I don't see him standing in front of Jamal Charlo and trying to go after him. No. Gennady Golovkin, no. Canelo, no. Demetrius Andrade, maybe, but that's a big maybe. Because that dude real slick and he like to move around a lot. But if he take Crawford punch and it don't hurt him, I think he's just gonna walk him down. So I don't know who he will fight. Maybe Munguia. Is Munguia 160 or still 154? You know, yeah. Well, fight the 154 dudes, man. You know what I'm saying? Fight them. J-Rock. I don't see him standing in front of Jared Hurd doing that shit. But I believe he can outbox him. I don't see him standing in front of J-Rock. And I'm not so sure he can outbox him, but I do know because both of those guys are very, very skilled. But that would be a fight that I would definitely pay to watch. You know, put Bud on pay-per-view, man. Promote him the right way, man, so I can put some money in his pocket, man. I support all the black fighters. I do. It's nothing like seeing people that look like you doing good and up on the big screen. Whatever I can do, to promote them, I'm gonna do it, man. So shout out to all the fighters, all the black fighters on pay-per-view, man. I support you wholeheartedly. Shout out to everybody that support them too, because I'm so tired of this false narrative. All black fighters don't sell. We boring. Nobody want to see them. Man, get the fuck out of here. Since boxing started in the U.S., everybody been wanting to see black fighters, and they always been the ones with the big money. You know, you just go down the list throughout history. All the big fights has been with black fighters. Come on now. You know, now let's just be real. That's just code word for he too slick or he too skilled. Because usually the black fighters, when they have the skills, they be so damn good, they just make the other fighter look rudimentary and the fight's boring because the other fighter can't do nothing. And people get mad, you know. They're like, man, throw some punches, fight this guy. They got, dude. This is a pound for pound guy, and that's a mandatory. You know, you should be washing that dude. You know what I'm saying? That's usually how it go. But he just stuck in in between the rock and the hard place, man. And I think I don't know, but you know, you need to do what you gotta do to get up out of there, man. Come on, man. We want to see you fight these dudes just as much as you want to fight these dudes. You know, both sides need to stop making excuses and put the fight together. It happened before, it can happen again. I don't know what the hell wrong with Bob. I don't know what the hell wrong with Bud. You know, get out of there, man, and make this dude fight who you make him make the fights you want to fight, man. Get your money, man. Get on pay-per-view so I can put some money in your pocket. That's all I really want to do. I want to put money in their pocket because I want to see the tough fights, the good fights, because styles make fights. You know, I just want to see. That's all. We just want to see. Show me. Show me better than you can tell me, man. That's where I'm at with it now. And that's all I got to say, man. I'm just a little perturbed, man. You know, I thought that fight should have been a lot easier for Bud, and he should have got him out there a lot earlier. But you know, I ain't no boxing. You know, maybe I don't know shit about boxing, but to me, when you pound for pound, you should have an easier go at it than what he had last night. And dude shouldn't be catching you, stunning you like that. But anyway, I digress. Thank you for everybody that tuned into the video. Like or subscribe, share it, please. Pass the word. LCD Boxing, home of the U.S. demographic, represented for the LDBC. We out here, and we going to stay because we tired of them false narratives about our fighters and what's really going on, man. You know what I'm saying? We watching fights just like everybody else watching fights. You ain't got to tell me who good and who not. It's like looking at a fine a woman walking down the street, bro. You ain't got to tell me that woman fine. Hey, say, man, that's a dime. Nigga, I can see, bro. Yeah, she sure is a dime. Yeah, you know, I know a bad chick when I see one. Ain't nobody got to tell me. With that, you know, deuces. On to the next one. Like and subscribe. Peace.